Hi guys, we are back for another video. Thank you so much for joining your girl K Simone for another round. Started this video off taking off our previous design from our Valentine's Day set, and you guys are going to watch me struggle throughout this video with my hard gel, so be prepared for that show. I didn't take off the designs on all the nails and show you guys, but I did show you what I did as far as taking the little pearls out of the 3D designs, going in with a medium grit sanding band. It is a 150 grit, just to try to get that matte top coat, gel polish, everything that I used to adhere those pearls. So I do end up changing that coarse sanding band to a coarse cuticle bit. It was taking way too long with the sanding band, so that's why I changed. I wanted to get the product off and not take 50 million years to do it. At some point I am going to start holding my drill a little bit funny. The vibration of my drill makes my carpal tunnel act up, so you'll see me holding this drill all kinds of crazy ways, and you'll see my brace pop out. Right, of course, we just went in and wiped all the dust off, pushing back those cuticles. This time my cuticles aren't so bad. I think I've only had to cut maybe 2 to 3 fingers. So that's really good for me. We are just pushing our cuticles back now. And remember, this is just a cosmetic step. You do not have to cut your cuticles. It's just for the looks. Fun fact, when I was getting my nails professionally done, I think I've only had my cuticles cut one time. Nobody ever cut the cuticles in the chop shops. Go ahead and filing that old product back, and also getting as close to the cuticle as we can, because like I said, this is a cuticle bit, so it's going to lift up any of that dead skin. And as I said in the last video, I like to buff my nails with a nail file instead of a nail buffer. Now, don't ask me why I decided I wanted to try to do my cut down this way, but this was a no-no. And at some point while I'm doing this, I'm like, I cannot do this for every nail. So I don't. Especially this nail. This nail was so dang on long. I think this is the nail that I got on and I was like, and we're gonna have to make a pivot. But that's what you guys here are here for, to watch from my mistakes so you don't try to make the same ones. Now we're going in and we are taking an 80/80 grit file and get these bad boys nice and crisp. So this middle finger, you guys are going to notice that it is a wee bit shorter than the middle finger on my right hand. I did try to build it out. I recorded it and then I didn't like how it looked. So none of that's in this video because it was just ugly. So I said she's just gonna have to be shorter. Nobody's looking at my nails that hard anyways. Hand filing to reshape is work. You ladies who do this for a profession got some strong wrist. Best part is we are done hand filing, at least. We are moving on to filing some of that product off. Back to our medium grit sanding band. And you'll also see me just take this to sharpen up where I felt like it wasn't sharp enough with the nail file. Alright, so we are finally done shaping. Taking our Macart dehydrator. And placing that on the nail. And then we are taking our Mia Secret Bond primer. I'm going to go in with 2 coats of this. As you can see, we're still on the same set of nails. This is the second fill. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do one more fill or just take the set off and start over next time. But I still got 2 weeks to think about that. This stuff, I love it. It really does help with retention. I don't have any lifting. Taking the Polygel in the color Pink Nude. Can't say this brand name, so I'm not even gonna try. And we're just putting that in as close to the cuticle as we can get, but not to flood the cuticle, and taking the product up the nail. In that little damper dish that is 90% rubbing alcohol for my slip solution. Depending on what polygel you use, you don't have to have your brush as wet like this brand. Your brush doesn't have to be super wet to make it move around. I noticed with Macart, your brush has to be kind of wet, a little more wet than what this. A little more wet than what it needs to be for this product. Macart is a thicker polygel. This polygel is more thin. But we're doing the same process for all 5 nails. Small bead towards the cuticle, and then drag the product up the nail. And be patient with yourself with doing polygel. Of course, like anything, there's a learning curve. We're all here to learn to get better. Alright, so we did cure that for 90 seconds. Going back in with alcohol, 90% in a spray bottle. Spray it all over the nails. Rub the nails with a lint-free wipe to get the tacky layer off, because you're not going to be able to do anything with that tacky layer. Now we're going to go in and seal our cuticles. I love to seal my cuticles. Like I said in my last video, I've heard people say you don't really need to do this if you lay your product properly, but I'm going to do it anyways. As you can see, that middle finger is built up. And this is probably the point where I realized I hated it. So I did end up taking off what I used to build that nail, and I redid it. Just taking more alcohol just to get the dust off. I did take a break before I went in and did this design because, as you guys can see, this video is 50 minutes long, so imagine how long it actually took in real time. Going in with a yellow polish, take any yellow shade that you want, and a liner brush, not a long liner brush because I'm not good at drawing on my nails yet. You can draw on a piece of paper, but it doesn't translate to my fingernails. Taking yellow polish, gel polish, and just drawing a swirl design. I'm trying to be more creative with my nail designs. Like I said, I'm not there yet to where the rest of the girlies are at. With these nail designs that they coming out with, I'll be looking on Instagram amazed. Just went in and put a second coat on. This stuff, I don't know if it's the brand or what, but this hard gel hates me. It hates me. Anytime I try to mess with this stuff, we go through it. Like, I don't know if it's the glove or what it is. The tools I'm using. Like you could see, I use my cuticle pusher, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I also go in with a silicone tool, and sometimes it likes that, and sometimes it doesn't. I use my finger, and it's the same thing. So if you ladies or gents have any suggestions, leave them in the comment box down below. Going in with a baby blue color. I'm just painting that all over our pointer finger. And just wiping our sides down and try to keep the shape that we did go in with. And going in with our second coat. am curing in between each layer 90 seconds. And make sure, ladies, if you are using hard gel and you are using your bare hands, to wipe your hands to get that product off in between putting the product on, so you don't get contact dermatitis, which is your skin developing an allergy to the product. This was the nail that gave me the easiest time with placing the 3D effects. No struggle here. Little did I know, I was in for a show for the rest of these nails. Go in with any light pink that you have to do a design. A lot of my nails I didn't have a plan for. Like, I do my right hand first to come up with an idea. But most of the time, guys, I'm freeballing this. Like, being creative and coming up with new things to do is an interesting process. Like, when I was younger, I was super creative. Now that I'm a little bit older and I'm a mom, as you guys see, my little individual always pop up in my videos, some piece of her body. It's hard for me to get in a creative space. So I'm always very proud of myself when I do come up with something and I amaze myself. So taking some more of that hard gel, and this nail, I didn't know what I was doing with this piece of hard gel, but at the end it came out to be one of my favorite nails. Like, I knew I wanted to do something different, I just didn't know what the different was. And this here was a complete mistake. And I just went with it. So when this beautiful mistake happened, I was like, okay, I kind of like where this is going, and just got another piece of hard gel and it came out cute. This nail ended up being my favorite nail off of both hands. This middle nail is the cutest one to me. I really wanted to do a set for Black History Month, but since my nail artistry isn't where I'd like it to be just yet, I didn't do the set that I had in my mind. But that's just me holding myself back, and I guess being afraid to fail at something. Do you ladies or gents have that problem where you're like, okay, I'm scared to do this because I don't want to fail at it. But we're gonna get there. I know I'm gonna get there eventually with continuing to do this, because like I said, if you guys saw my nails last year around this time, I thought they were beautiful, but they were absolutely terrible. And this pinky, I completely ran out of ideas when I was doing my pinky. I was like, I don't know what to do with this nail here. So I pulled something out of my butt. I think this was the nail that gave me the most trouble. But this video is already long, and I didn't want to keep any of the me fumbling the bag in the video. I left some of it in, but not all of it. we're coming up on the finishing touches of these nails. Just going in and painting the rest of our 3D designs, making sure that we're liking everything else that we've done so far. But we're pretty much done with this set. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you lovely people next week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead of you.